Alright, I felt like making a Cuphead boss tier list. Not much to say, besides I'm ranking these bosses how fun they are, and this is my opinion. 19 is the Phantom Express, which it seems like a lot of other people I've watched seem to like this boss, and I can kind of see why they think that. First phase is pretty simple. An eyeless monster shoots eyes out of their hands, bouncing around, and the eyes can be killed. The thing is, is that there are so many eyes that Chaser, and maybe Spread, is pretty much your only option for this phase. Not, not to mention the pumpkin things coming from the air, which must parry or the platform will move closer to the boss. And and there's this mechanic where you can move your platform by parrying it. Already a decent amount in the first phase. Once you kill him, you face the conductor, who slams his hands on two of the three places where your platform can move. And yeah, the thing is that there's a glitch where you can stand in one specific place and not get hit. It's just pretty much a cheat. And the dumb pumpkin is still there too, so you gotta kill it. Anyway, after that easy phase, you move to the third phase where you fight these lollipop monsters who barf lightning. One of them goes at a time and makes you move towards the other one to avoid the lightning. And luckily, the pumpkins are replaced with a ghost which just follows you, and when killed turns into another parryable object which can move your train if it's in the right spot. By far, this was my least favorite phase. Final phase is the front of the train. Well, it's actually quite fun. No more ghosts or pumpkins, the train shoots fire from above and fire burns to attack. You must parry its tail to be able to do damage to its heart. Final phase saves me from hating this boss, since it's one of the two bosses I heavily dislike. Number 18 is Moonma Honeybottoms. Moonma Honeybottoms has the most annoying mechanic, the platforms. Even they move down, so you need to be constantly moving, and the platforms are complete luck where they are. Starting off, the first phase is a police bee who just throws bombs that explode into spiky things around the arena. Simple and a little fun, as the queen comes and does three things. Make two parryable spears, following the player for a bit, making two triangles, which shoot out three parryable smaller triangles, all while also following the player, and shooting out bullet bills, which is terrible because of the platform RNG. Eventually, she reads the spell and turns into a plane, which is this entire phase can be avoided by dealing a lot of damage in the second phase. All she does is shooting out of fists in a very annoying circular type way, and taking out a saw, forcing you to the left or the right. I don't like the fists. Sometimes they can be in the worst spots, as with platforming RNG. I know I'm bringing up these platforms a lot, but it really is terrible. This is barely better than the Phantom Express. Number 17, King Dice. There is a lot to go over, so I'm going to simplify a lot of this. This is a different fight where you roll the dice to land on certain spaces. Most of them, you have to fight a boss. There are some safe spaces too, where you don't have to fight a boss. But there was a start over space, which I landed on first attempt in the Cuphead playthrough, and that was not pleasant at all. Ugh. Anyway, let's go over the bosses real quick. Tipsy Troop, one drink spills over the table, one drink spills from above, and one drink shoots a bat that shoots eyes at you. Simple. Smokey, whatever his name is, something like that. He's the only one whose name I don't know. Shoots fire at you in a very odd pattern, but it feels like a free win. Chips Bettigan is the easiest because he just moves across the screen, different ships moving at different times. Because he's made of chips. Pip and Don are my favorite. They spit out gem things while they have to jump over spikes. One also lets a duck thing out of its hat to come from behind. Hocus Pocus, the rabbit is terrible. Skull attack is effortless with the smoke dash, and the parable rows are just boring and ugh. Field Lab shoots at presidents that explode into horseshoes, and these dumb vitals just come out of nowhere, just go right to your standing, and if you don't see it coming, which is the vitals very small, you're dead. Pure Little just dances around the stage, lets these ball things from the sky. You could use the platforms, but if you have smoke dash like everyone, you're fine. Like almost everyone, you're fine. Mangosteen is unfair. The boss itself isn't a threat as it shoots one little orb every once in a while, but these cube things can come off the screen and destroy you. I'm not kidding. They can come from literally out of nowhere, just coming like out off the screen, edge of the screen, without any indication. So just stay near the middle. Mr. Chimes is an absolute nightmare. You gotta play a matching game with this monkey freaking out every time you miss, and every time you get a match, he attacks. Which there are 12 cards, so it takes way too long, considering his attacking phase is pretty long. And now for the king himself, little disappointed, and he just shoots cards across the screen, which you must parry to get across. Considering this was literally the devil's right-hand band, I wish it was like its own boss, without any mini-bosses. Here's what I think of all these mini-bosses and numbers to sum it up. Tipsy Troop, 4 out of 10. Smokey, 6 out of 10. Chips Madigan, 7 out of 10. Pip and Dot, 9 out of 10. Feel Lap, 4 out of 10. Hocus Pocus, 3 out of 10. Pure Letter, 5 out of 10. Mangosteen, 2 out of 10. Mr. Chimes, 1 out of 10. And King Dice, 5 out of 10. Number 16, Goopy Legland. One of the first bosses and is a pretty decent introduction. While it is mostly pretty repetitive and boring, it offers a good time at first. As a first or second boss, depending who you fought. First phase, he jumps and blows a face at you, which you can duck or dodge at. Pretty simple and just okay. Next phase, he does the same thing, but he's bigger. Yep. Final phase is more different, as his grave attacks you by slamming to the ground. While this is easy to dodge just by moving, pretty satisfying to use the spread special attack on his grave. May sound a bit weird, but yeah. Good introduction to the game, but you pretty much just played once on regular and expert and never come back. 15. Beppy the Clown. I have very mixed feelings about Beppy. The first phase is like stupidly easy, with the only problem being Beppy moving around in a cart and these ducks. Second phase is okay as it is very creative, but sort of boring. Beppy is now balloons shooting out balloon dogs, and a roller coaster becoming the base for half the second and third phase. It also has dummies which can hurt you. Pretty simple second phase as well, but the last two phases are a bit worse. Beppy is now riding on a horse, and there are two different types of horses. The green horse shoots horseshoes in this direction, which I don't really know how to describe, while the yellow horse makes you stay in one spot. This may seem easy, but remember the roller coaster is still coming. So this phase, the final phase is just bad. Beppy's a carousel now, and you gotta stay on his platforms while the roller coaster literally zooms by. You'll definitely get hurt if you don't go on the platform. And then Beppy releases penguins which shoot baseballs. To where you are. While there are only 4 penguins, they always shoot in the worst spots possible. Overall, this clown is just okay. Like I'm not gonna play him again, but it's okay. It's okay. Number 14, Grim Matchstick. I used to hate Grim so much that if I made this tier list a week ago, he would be in like the bottom 2 or 3. He's still not much better as the third phase is terrible. Anyway, he starts off shooting fireballs and lasers, which while his tail interrupts by going just whoop. And I almost forgot to mention, the platform mechanic is back for Mumahana Bottoms. But it's not that bad because it's moving, and the platform pacing is not that bad because it never really, like, the RNG never makes you go like, oh, but this is so not basic. Pretty good first phase. Next phase, 5 people run on Grim's really long tongue, and they jump at you, but sometimes they just jump in random directions. Kinda odd, but a decent time. Oh boy, time for the final phase. He turns into a Hydra-like dragon, and they shoot fireballs at you. This may seem like you may be like, wait, isn't this the first phase? But the thing is, if you accidentally shoot the fireballs, they split into 4 directions, which gets Tracer out of the fight, pretty much spread out of the fight. Ugh. Yeah, and the fireballs can come right as you shoot at him. Extremely unfair, and they can just come randomly. Like there's no like indication. Well, there's like a 0.1 second indication, but But he also has a flamethrower attack, which just stops you from going in the middle. If they improve the final phase, I could easily see this going in the top 10, maybe even top 5. But the third phase is so bad, it might even be my least favorite phase of all time. Number 12, the Root Pack. Number 13, the Root Pack. The Root Pack is an extremely good starting boss, teaching you the basics. The potato gets you to jump over piles of dirt, jumping training. The onion forces you to dodge his tears, dodging training, just moving on the ground. And the carrot puts your skills to the test, with mini carrots coming from the sky and following you around, and its third eye shooting out beams at you. Not much to say, as like Goopy, you pretty much just play this once and never come back. Well, except that the Root Pack is just a better boss, and I like him better. Number 12, Wally Warbles. Wally's like Beppy. The first two phases are good, and the last two are worse. Except the first two are absolutely amazing. The third one is terrible. The fourth is okay. In the first phase, he spits eggs at you. Just stay hugging back wall, and you will be fine. Every once in a while, he shoots out 3 finger bullets, but they are not hard. And 4 birds will come randomly in a straight direction. They're easy to avoid. The last one's variable. Very cool. Not much to say about the second phase besides Bullet Hell, and Bullet Hell is very fun. Very, very fun. But funny enough, Wally's son comes because Wally is now dead. Well, dead in quotation marks. And has his annoying spike ball circling him while he shoots out lasers. And he moves pretty fast around the arena too. The spike balls ruin everything fun about this phase. They just stop you from hurting him most of the time. Fun, Funny how his death screen says, "My dad's abroad and I'm on brains. Together we bring the pain." While he's way harder than his dad. Final phase, Wally's hurt. The medic birds shoot pills at you. While Wally's heart spits out bullets and he shoots out random trash out of his little trash can mouth. Just okay, because there's just a lot going on in this phase. Medic birds always get me. Number 11, Sally stage play. Sally is too easy for Isle 3. Compared to other people like Room or Honeybottoms and Calamaria, she's very weak. Makes more sense in Isle 1. But anyway, she starts off just doing random stuff on the stage, just like jumping around, landing from above, blowing deadly hard, etc. Just kind of boring, but next up she does the same things, but there are babies throwing bottles from a hotel because that makes sense. She has a Robo Mouse attack where Robo Mice fall on you from above. The hardest phase, a pretty good one. Third phase, she has a quotation marks tsunami attack you, which you use this pink star thing to get over, which you must parry, or you can just use smoke dash. And she summons quotation marks lightning to attack you from above. Like this is a play, so that's why I'm using quotation marks. Pretty easy and cool concept and fight. Final phase, her umbrella spins on the floor while she hovers above with roses falling as well. All I can say is Chase and Spread dominate here. Good phase.